Everyone, this is Mindy Eggen and welcome. Today I'm participating in the December 2024 release video hop from Altenew featuring some brand new amazing products. Drop a comment down below to be entered into their giveaway, and I'm going to have a link to the next person in the video hop listed down below in my video description, so be sure to check that out and hop along with us. I will have all of the supplies I'm using in today's video listed down below in the video description as well and on my blog. So there's two different styles of cards that I want to share with you today. One is going to be very wispy and whimsical, and the other one is a little bit more on the bolder side. So once I walk you through how I created them, let me know in the comments which one you like best. Now, some of the products I'm using today is this stone wall press plate. Now, remember, you can use these to impress that design in your cardstock or use your Glimmer Hot foil system with it as well. Next is the Build a Garden Dreamy Dahlias. I love the Build a Garden sets. I also love the Craft Your Life sets. They're just packed with so many things. I love the stencils. I love the images and sentiments. Now, on this set, there are the flowers labeled A, B, and C, which will help you on your stencil to let you know how to line them up. Of course, we have these wonderful sentiments. There is the coordinating die for the image and the sentiments. And then we have the coordinating stencil to help you color in your image. And you can really step up your coloring of the image by adding or layering your colors. Now, one tip I want to share with you is make sure you go through your stencils and make sure everything is poked out of them. I didn't realize till later that I still had some pieces left in there from manufacturing. So make sure to check on that. So this is the Craft Your Life translucent foliage to create very whimsical designs, and the flower petals layer over on top of one another to give that translucent look. We have the coordinating dies, the embossing folder, and again with the layering stencil, which you know I absolutely love. So I will be using all of these products in today's card projects. Now, something else I wanted to share with you are some brand new storage pockets from Altenew. And I'm so happy for these because these are sized larger to fit your large stamp sets. I was struggling trying to find something that would fit these. And I love these pockets. They're sturdy, so it's going to hold everything that comes with those large stamp sets or your cardstock. They are going to fit your cardstock perfectly as well. And then another new product or two new products that we have are two brand new ink collections. So we have Delectable Delights, which is this yellow set, and then we have Tranquility. So I will go through and swatch these colors for you. I love this collection from the Delectable Delights. It reminds me of like a sepia collection. So I don't want to say old fashioned, but you can get either some bold looks out of it, depending on the colors you use, or you can get more of that vintagey old fashioned feel. So, love this new collection. And then we also have the Tranquility. So, these four colors are just gorgeous. I'm going to use both of these color sets in my card projects today, and I'm just swatching them out so you can see. And as we get darker, that dark night, that last one is super intense. So now I'm going to start doing some ink blending. Now, these stencils are super easy to line up. They have them lettered for you. They have kind of an etched line on the stencil to separate the different flower sets. Now, for this one, this is off of the Craft Your Life Translucent Foliage. I already went ahead and stamped my images in limestone ink using my stamp wheel, and I left my images in my stamp wheel the way that they were because I'm going to come back and stamp over the top. I almost always stamp in a light gray ink because, for one, I don't want to risk smearing my ink. I don't want to wait for ink to dry. And sometimes I kind of like that no line coloring look. Now, the colors I'm using for my petals today is Wisteria. That's the lightest shade of purple. And then I'm using the lightest shade out of the new Tranquility set. I think that is Morning Mist. Sorry, don't remember offhand, but it's the lightest shade in that new set. So I just went over all of those flowers very light-handed, kind of fading off into a lighter touch as I got towards the end of the petals. And then for the leaves, I stamped out a few of those clusters. I am using silver sage and jade. So I did bring jade in just as kind of a little bit of a contrast to those leaves. Now, you can use any color scheme with this. You could really go bright and bold if you wanted to, but I was kind of into that translucent feeling of those petals. So I kept it very, very light on this one. And this is going to be kind of my more whimsical card. I place this back in my stamp wheel. I have the stamp wheel 2.0. All of my flowers and everything are still in place. And I'm going to ink up my flowers using the obsidian ink. I made sure to place my cardstock down in that bottom corner, which is where I started with when I stamped them in that light gray. So I inked it up with obsidian and I'm going to just line up my edges and stamp that down. And the black outline just really made everything pop. It really kind of helped bring that overlapping of the petals really in the forefront. Now I'm going to work on my image for the other card. This is going to be kind of my bold card. And this is from the Build a Garden Dreamy Dahlias. It's a huge, large image here with I think it's 3 flowers on it. And I'm doing the same thing that I had just talked about where I am stamping it in limestone ink. Now for the other card, I started with a 5.5 inch piece of cardstock. This one, I actually jumped it up to 6 inches because that flower set is so large. And I wanted to make sure that when I die cut it, I'm not cutting anything off. So I started with 6 inches. And then I'm coming in with some of the brand new colors. This is from the Delectable Delights. I started with the lightest color out of that collection, and I'm going to go through all of the petals. These petals are amazing. I really want to try this in some bright pinks. But one thought that came to me is I wanted to see what these two new color collections looked like together. So my flowers are going to be yellow and my leaves are going to be a really nice deep dark blue. Now, after a while, as I started getting towards more of these center petals, the one that you're going to see more in the front, I brought in the next color that's hazelnut shown on screen, and I used that more towards the inside by the center to help deepen that and once again just kind of give that some contrast in color. I did layer back through my other stencils and add that hazelnut to help make those back petals kind of pop out a little bit more as well. But now I'm coming in for my leaves. This is where I think I used the second color in this dark blue collection, the Tranquility collection. I came in with the second color and then the third color in there. It's amazing. What a gorgeous color combination. And something so completely different is trying blue for your leaves. I did add some of the colors from the Delectable Delights for my center of the flowers. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that really dark brown right around the edge of the centers to help them pop. Now, this is the last layer of the stencil where we're adding the detail to the flowers and the detail to the leaves. I did not notice at the time that some of my stencil was still stuck in place, so one of my petals is a little off, but I didn't notice. I don't think anybody else is gonna notice, but wow, look at these dark blue leaves. I think that last layer, I used that dark is it dark night? It's amazing. So I'm placing that back into my stamp wheel now that everything is ink blended. And I'm going to ink this up with the obsidian ink once again to stamp that down. And it's going to give me all of the details of my leaves and on those flower petals. Again, it is a real big wow factor when you stamp that outline back over the top. And all of those lines are so crisp. So off screen, I'm going to be doing all of my die cutting out of my images and I'm going to show you the completed card projects. But one thing I wanted to show you quick was using that Stonewall press plate. I have that over on my Better Press. I'm using Hammermill cardstock that I just kind of taped the corners down. And then I'm using the lightest color out of the Tranquility collection to ink up my press plate. Now, this ended up being a little darker than I thought it was going to be. It does dry back, but I was a little surprised at first because I wanted it to be more subtle, but it is amazing. Think of doing that in like a dark gray or a dark brown would be really pretty. So here are my completed card projects. This is my wispy, whimsical, very soft. I have splatters in the background using some black ink. with a single sentiment that I heat embossed and trimmed into a thin strip. And then this is more of my bold and bright, I don't really say bright, but my bold background. So even though they are two completely different looks, I love them both. I would love to know which one is your favorite. Again, everything will be linked down below in my video description and over on my blog. And be sure to check out the video hop filled with even more inspiration. Thank you all for joining me today.